Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's hot, 90 in the shade, and I think it's humid hot too. I think there's a little humidity in the air. I'm beat. I just pulled a 9-hour shift, first day back on the job. Painting, classrooms, brick, you know what classrooms are made of, or brick walls. So a lot of cutting because I was gone for like 2 weeks. So there was a guy that had rolling ahead helper. So he was, he did a lot of rolling. So basically, me and my partner, we came in and started just cutting in everything that he had done behind him. So I got he got 2 rooms done, I think, and started the 3rd one. Captain's beat. I'm about to chillax. 90 degrees in the shade, busting my butt all day, no air. At least we had fans. Of course, again, we're painting, and the rooms that we're doing, that section of the building is getting the air conditioning, whatever, something wrong with it. They're fixing it, doing something on the roof. Go figure, right? Yeah. So, amongst all that, 9 hours in the heat. Now, it's not the whole school. When we take our breaks, we can, the cafeteria where the kids normally eat, they have air there. So, at least that you cool, go out there and cool off a little bit, When you know how it is, you get in that nice air, you don't want to go back to work, So, back in Jersey, as you know from my last video, I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or, well, a little bit further south than Myrtle Beach. We were at Surfside. So, staying at an Airbnb there. I put a new rubber bit on my, whatever this is, 7LE 320. And, of course, constant relights today. I don't know why. It's the Samuel Goldhar's Full Virginia plate, which is blah to me. But I had that tin, so I'm trying to just go through my tins now. And then I'm just going to buy what I like. I'll buy a Balkan blend. I may try Galworth and Hogarth's. Their Balkan Supreme blend, because Balkan Supreme by Arango is like my number 1. But I'm hearing that from the reviews on the website. But remember, everybody's opinion doesn't matter but your own, right? Somebody can say they love this and I don't like it. Just a minute. What is it? What do you need?
Umbrella-like leaf.
An umbrella-like leaf. Well, you gotta look for one, son. Try ripping one off the tree. I got the sprinkler running for him, so he's running through the sprinkler. Now he's got a stick, and he wants to make an umbrella with it using a leaf. Okay. Get a nice big one. So, yeah, man. Pick the perfect leaf. I think there's plenty of it out there. It's all green. But at least it's shade, because normally if I be out here in 90 degree with the umbrella up, it's too hot to even smoke, because you got that sun beating down on the deck, the rays still coming through that umbrella and the heat, and you're just dripping. And who wants to sit there and smoke and drip and sweat? It's horrible. So technically during the summer times when it's this oppressive and hot, either I don't smoke at all, or I wait till the evening when I come out here. I light a tiki torch or two on the deck and have a quick chooch, but sometimes it's even too humid for that. And then it's just like, you know what? It's not worth it. As much as I want to smoke, it ain't worth it, because I'm not getting the full pleasure of it at all, I'd be fighting with a tobacco like this. Jesus Christ, man. She don't want to stay lit. Either I packed it wrong. I don't know. It's not. It's just the right wet consistency. You know, it's moist, pliable, squishy in your hand, but not goopy. Obviously, it's just a straight Virginia, no toppings. But I guess sometimes, or it could also be, I'm coming from a 73-degree house with a pipe that's 73 ambient temperature, right? Out in the 90-degree heat. Maybe there's something going on with the atmosphere, you know. Could be. Hot to cold, you know. Or cold to hot, actually. But I'm sorry for the shirtless, but I'm not going to sit out here and smoke with no shirt, with a shirt on. I just came from work. I threw that damn shirt all in the washing machine. I still got my work shorts on. It just sucks. I only got 2 pairs of work shorts. And I'm not going to waste any of my good stuff, so. They don't provide us with work clothes, so. I got plenty of old work pants they gave me that I use for painting, so I'll just have to tough it out. But I think, yeah, I only got to work 3 days this week. Now this is, get it, we work, 4 days a week, Fridays off. Now this is the catcher. Friday's the 4th of July, but we worked all week, right? Well, I had off yesterday because of vacation, so I started today, back today. But regardless, everybody else has worked 4 days, and then we're off Friday. Well, technically, that is our Friday. We already have Friday off, so they should give us Thursday off or the following Monday off to compensate for being already off for a holiday, right? That's what they normally do during the year. But the contract, they already set up the days that they allow us. They give us 15, I think, vacation days a year that they, at their discretion, right? But they didn't put Thursday in, right, of this week, which it should have been done. So one of the maintenance guys had bitched over to the boss and said, hey, you got to fix this. So you know what they did? Oh, well, to rectify this situation, we'll give you Martin Luther King Day off. Who the fuck wants off for Martin Luther King Day? I mean, yeah, the schools are closed because it's a national holiday. We would have to come into work. I normally call out the fuck anyway because I have to watch my son, you know, because my wife will be working. My daughter will probably be working if she's off from school. So she'll probably work over at my brother-in-law's business. So I don't want to have a sitter. My middle daughter, she's okay to watch him, but not for extended long periods of time. She's only 11, you know. So it's like whatever. So I normally, when the school's closed, it's a vacation day for the captain too. I call the fuck out. Granted, if I didn't have to call out, it'd be an easy day at work because nobody's there. If the staff is there, then yeah, you might have to pull some trash if the teachers are around or whatever. But then there's certain days that they go to these training meetings and stuff, and they go to the middle school, and that ain't my school. So we're back here. Maybe 1 or 2 teachers will float in, but you're not doing nothing. You know, it's a free day. Just fucking bring a book to read. I'll watch you guys on YouTube. Book grab. I just call out. But no, that's what they did. They gave us that fucking day off. I mean, like, what the hell? But whatever, here's what it is when you're working for the man. I got a lot of ants on my table. But it's like, do I want to spray it with Raid? It's like they're living in the cracks or something. Maybe I should. Man, get out of here, man. Getting all over Hugo. You're getting all over my first mate. You want Daddy to help you? I think I put a hole in it. Here. Did you put a hole? Okay. Can Daddy see it? Can Daddy show YouTube? Let me show YouTube your leaf. Let me see it.
You put a hole.
Here.
It broke!
No, I got it. Here. What's Daddy do? Well, get it just right. There we go. With an umbrella. Right?
Umbrella.
Yeah, an umbrella for Hugo. Hello. Hey, Hugo. All right, buddy. Go play in the sprinkler. I'm gonna shut that off. Killing the water bill.
Uh,
That's another thing. You know, you let the kids run around sprinklers or pools. You're filling it up every day or every other day. Everything's a bill. To be an adult, I want to be a kid again.
Put it down. So
You don't have to worry about this no more. You know, same thing with my line of work. I mean, I was a house painter for years. Then the bottom dropped out. My father didn't fucking do nothing right with the business, so there was not enough work for me to sustain a family and pay my rent when it's as you say in the trade business, feast or famine, right? You got all this work where you can't keep up and get enough. You don't have enough time and hours in the day to get enough done to where you're throwing jobs away, to where you're starving to death. And a lot of times that's when you have to save and everything else. But it's hard when your savings starts depleting and then you're not getting any more work to reap. So I was like, I'm done with this life. So that's why I became a custodian. I have a paycheck, steady income. Obviously, my wife is the sorry, I'm gonna itch on my leg. Sure ain't got no ants or creepy crawlies. My wife's the breadwinner, so
Okay.
my job just provides
Umbrella
the health
in the
insurance
back.
for the family, basically. But that's something nowadays when health insurance will cost you whatever. If one of the kids or God forbid, me or somebody needs some sort of surgery, it's covered. I know this is a long-winded video, and hopefully if you stayed along with me, thanks. On this Tuesday chooch together. Are you all done, sprinkler? Okay, turn it off. So, I don't know what else I was going to say. Mine's starting to go all over the place. But I was going to start talking about retirement. Like, basically, if I retire at 62, it says in the fine print on the New Jersey, on your, the information there, you should, at 62, you should not retire with these numbers. Yeah, why? Why? You don't want to pay me my money? Or you want me to work till I'm dead? Because, the average lifespan of a man, it ain't no 90 years old. You're not going to have 20 years, if you retire at 67 or 70 years old.
Don't break it.
Yeah, let's go easy on it. Everybody I know, or most people I know, are dead at like in their 70s, So it's like if you retire at least at 62, if I do decide to do that, go to 62. And what do I have left really? 10 years,
Okay.
right? 15 at the most.
Sit in the bed.
That's what I'm trying to. My mindset is I'm going to enjoy every moment now, do what I can now, because I don't know when I'm going to get to that age. My mom died at 55,
Like we all do.
so anything can happen. I could get the disease like her, and then it's a death sentence, and you're dead in 10 years if you get that. She was dead in 10 years from onset. She got it like 45, she was dead at 55. I did the math, I did all the research.
Okay.
It says average lifespan 10 years. Okay, yep. So, and I don't want to know. I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of genetic testing I could do, and I don't want to find that shit out. I'll be so depressed I'll probably go, all right, I ain't going to say it, but you know what I mean. You start thinking like, well, then what's the point? God's will, maybe. I don't know. And we all have an expiration date. We just don't know when it is. Jeez, man. Captain's going south with his thoughts. All right, let's get off that. So much for retirement. Most of us, like I said, that are in this type of business or whatever, in the trades or whatever, if you ain't building it up a kitty, you're working till you're dead. My boss, that's there now, my supervisor. He's 60 whatever years old,
Did he
63
stop
or whatever.
doing it or have some
I'm waiting to walk in and find him in the chair.
Would he stop doing?
The man never goes to the doctor. He's never gone to the doctor. He says he hasn't gone to the doctor in 30 years. And we have really good health insurance, you know, same as the teachers. I'm like, why wouldn't you? But he's a little touched, I think. So, and he might even be like my son, autistic, just like undiagnosed, because when you're that age, they never diagnosed anybody with anything. And he does have a lot of things like my son. He's a really nice guy, but he's like a robot, like the way my son is with his routines. Comes in, does his thing. When I come in at work, he helps me do some tables, and then just like clockwork, turns around, sits down at the table and eats lunch. Every day. Same pattern, nothing changes. It's like watching a robot. It's funny. It's funny. So, glad to be back home. Just today's just killed me because I'm, was working on a stepladder all day, so my feet are killing me. I just came out here and lit the pipe. I was like, I worked 9 hours. I was like, do I want to work out, lift weights? I'm like, the hell with it. Tomorrow's another day. So, all right, guys. Until we do it again, my friends, remember, let's set sail.